Hi everyone, welcome to Cooking with Chef Rich. Today we're going to be making a watermelon basket, and we're going to be doing so in honor of the 4th of July. So let's jump right in and talk about our ingredients. The first thing we need is a watermelon. This is a seedless watermelon. If you can get your hands on the watermelons with seeds that are both longer and a little bit thinner, I much prefer that, but I could not find one, so I'm using this. I am also going to be using a honeydew, a cantaloupe, a pineapple, some blueberries, some strawberries, some red grapes, some mangoes, some oranges, some kiwis. I also have some 6-inch skewers, some toothpicks, a couple of cloves, and to decorate with, I have an American flag, an American bow tie, and some party frills. If these things I got in a dollar store, if you can't find these, you can always use American flags or whatever decorations are appropriate for the festival that you are celebrating. So now we're going to jump right in and start cutting. A watermelon basket's one of the most basic carvings you can do. Very, very simple. Takes half an hour to 45 minutes, but really very, very easy. First thing we're going to do is, this is the bottom part of it. We're going to cut a very, very small piece off, and that is just so the watermelon sits flat. Like so. Basically, we want to cut it here and here. So let's go down, let's start over here. We go straight down. We're going to go about approximately halfway. And right above the halfway mark, we're going to slice horizontal. The center piece is going to be about 3 inches, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. And we're going to look at it and make sure it's relatively even. It's a little bit lopsided. Let's take just a little bit off of this side. Just to even it out a bit. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to turn it sideways. We're going to take our knife, and following the white pith, we're going to cut through and all the way around. We're going to turn it this way and do the same thing. We're going to take that out. So next thing we're going to do, this piece and the other piece that we cut off, if you have a lot of people, you can use this as part of your fruit salad. If you're not having a lot of people, you may not need it. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this out. Of course, you can just eat that if you want, or give to the kids. Same thing with this. We'll just reserve that for later. And now comes the fun part. We're going to be taking our melon baller and just basically scooping out the whole watermelon. What I normally do is first I'll follow the white pith and then just keep going all the way around. So when you're done with the first layer, you'll notice that there's a lot of watermelon juice. So I'm just going to take this over to the sink, empty it out, and do another layer. Once you've emptied out the juice, we will continue with our melon balls. So I've done 3 layers. The one thing that you want to be careful of is you don't want to go through the bottom, because if you go through the bottom, what's going to happen is all the fruit juice will leak out onto your platter. So once you've done most of it, see how it's all like jaggedy from the scooper? I'm just going to kind of smooth that out a little bit. This part I generally don't put into my fruit salad because I don't think it looks very nice. Doesn't mean that it's not edible. Of course you can eat it. I just don't put it in the fruit salad itself. And I'm going to go spill this into a bowl. I'll be right back. So the next thing that we're going to do is first we're going to smooth out the edges of our basket a little bit. And what do I mean by that? We're just going to take a paring knife and cut out some of that pink. I'm not worried about what's down here, just kind of the top, because that's what people are going to see. That, and then we'll do it on this side as well. Just like so. We're gonna pour this into our bowl. That's all scraps to eat. And now we're gonna start decorating our basket. To decorate our basket, very, very simple. We're gonna start over here. We're gonna do, you'll notice that this is about close to a 1/2 inch, I guess. Maybe a little bit more than, just a little bit thicker than that. Cut that out. Same thing. And we're going to basically do the whole basket. Now we're going to do the same thing to the handle of the basket. First thing we're going to do is we're going to smooth out some of the, we're going to take a little bit of the meat away. So it's really just the weight half that you see. We'll do it on both sides. That side's actually not too bad. And now we're going to do the exact same thing that we did over here. We're going to do on the handle. And we're basically going to do the whole handle that way. After you have completed this, our basket is now done for now, and we're going to reserve this and we're just going to put it aside. So the next thing that we have to do is work on our fruit salad, which is quite simple. So we're going to start with our cantaloupe. We're going to cut it in half. We're going to remove the seeds. And now we're just going to take our melon baller and do melon balls. You don't want to really get too much of the green from like this part of the green. It doesn't taste very good. Unfortunately, this isn't doing full balls, but it'll be all right. Now we're going to do the same thing with our honeydew. Going to cut it in half, scoop out the seeds, and make melon balls out of it. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to peel our pineapple. We're going to cut the top off, cut the bottom off. You'll notice I'm cutting right below the eyes. They don't taste very good. And we're going to do the same thing with the pineapple. Basically, make melon balls. It's all good. So once you're done, you'll notice that I didn't do over here. That's because that's bad. You can actually just take a knife and trim. And this is all edible. I wouldn't necessarily put it in the fruit salad, but it's definitely edible pineapple. So you can definitely eat that. So once the fruit salad is made, the last thing that we're going to add are some grapes. You can add red or green grapes. You can also add whatever other fruit you enjoy. You can obviously put in orange, mango. I'm going to be putting the berries in this, but on top. I find what happens is if you put the strawberries in the middle of the fruit salad, what will happen is the weight of the other fruit will squish the strawberries. So I'm not going to be putting the strawberries or blueberries in. I'll put it on top later on. So now we're just going to give our fruit salad a toss. Now, depending on how many people you have, I'm feeding a small amount of people, so I'm not using the parts of the melon that I'd cut out earlier. If you remember, I had both this and I had the other side, so I'm not going to be using that, but by all means you can make melon balls out of that and add to your fruit salad. So we're going to put this aside for a few minutes, and now we're going to go back to decorating our basket. So the next part, we're going to be decorating our basket. I have an orange, and basically I'm just going to be doing, figure 5 slices maybe. I'm not sure if I'm going to need 5 slices, but you'll notice that I'm doing it a little bit thick. Try to cut them even if you can. Might do one extra just in case I need it. So I cut out 6 slices. Next we're going to peel our kiwi. What would also look very, very nice, if you want to spend the money, is sliced dragon fruit on top. You'll see what I'm going to be doing with this. You can take dragon fruit and slice it, and that will look really nice on here. And we're going to be slicing this as well. So now what we're going to do, we're going to start on top, in the center. We're going to take a piece of kiwi, in actuality, and I have these skewers. I'm going to be breaking just the edge off. I should get a scissor, but that's fine. Great. So I have this flag, American flag, as you can see. Unfortunately, it's not very pointy at the bottom, but we can fix that. All right, now we have a nice point. So now we're going to take a grape, put this right through the grape, right through there. So we now have our American flag. Now we're going to take an orange, kiwi, and a grape, and we're going to take our frilly thing, and we're going to stick this in. Now we'll do this side. We have an orange, kiwi, and a grape. That works. Take a couple more. Alrighty, good. Next, we're going to take our bow tie. We're going to take a skewer, see if we can manage to put it through somehow. Okay, so once you manage to punch a hole in it, take the skewer, put a bow on it, like so. Alrighty. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fill our basket with fruit. So obviously whatever's left, you can reserve for replenishment. And now we're going to take some blueberries, sprinkle some blueberries on top. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our strawberries, we're going to cut them in quarters. Now when you place the strawberries, you always put the red part facing upward. If you want to go heavier on the strawberries, of course you can. I only put a few on there more so for looks than anything. That part of our basket is now complete. And now let's work on finishing it. So here's our finished basket. can see how it looks. Looks pretty. It's very nice, especially with the 4th of July theme on it. So the next part of our project, I have a mango here. There is a big pit that runs through here, and we got to try to make sure that we don't hit the pit. Hopefully I will not. So that'll sit like that. And we're gonna, the pit runs this way. So we're gonna take the back piece. Ooh. So the first thing we're going to do so that'll go on there like so. And so we have to make a head out of this. Now we're going to make an incision to put the head. Not an incision, we're going to cut out a little piece, I should say. We're going to take one of our cloves and we're going to give the little guy an eye. Two skewers, yeah, maybe we'll do two skewers and a toothpick maybe. Yeah, one more toothpick. And now we need one more. So I'm going to take one more mango. And what else do we need? Should do one more maybe? Yeah, well, we need two things. First, let's do a crown for this guy. To do a crown, let's see. So what we're going to do is basically the same technique, but smaller. Top of his head has to be a little bit flat to support the crown. So we're going to put this in here. And as cool as this sounds, we're going to stick it into his head. Like so. I think we need one more set of leaves. So let's do one more. Not one more set of leaves, one more set of wings right there. And we're going to go same thing. 1, So we'll put him. Alrighty. What do you think? I think that looks pretty good. I'll put him right here.